Seeing none, before I call on Lillian to share her thoughts with the board, I have some guidelines that I'm asked to read to those that we present to the board. At this time, the board will hear comments from the public. We ask that each speaker who has signed up to address the board state their name and address for the record. We would also ask that speakers refrain from using this forum to criticize or complain about a specific employee by name. The board is interested in your comments and will listen carefully, but is not obligated to respond or to debate issues in this forum. Should you desire a written response to a specific question, you may request it. This evening, each speaker will be allotted a maximum of 5 minutes. At this point in time, if Lillian Jones would come up to the podium and please state your name and share your thoughts with the board.
Hello folks, my name is Lillian Jones and I am a resident of South Fargo. I live at 3210 37th Avenue South, which puts me in the Davies School District. As that's the first year, my daughter attended South last year, and I've always been engaged in my children's school activities even prior to moving to the area. I guess I'm here today or this evening to follow in something that's just been made blatantly aware within the area, and that has to do with the buckwheat comment and any disciplinary action that may have followed. After my attention was focused on this, just, you know, in short, I went to the district and the school's policies, operational policies, and I did find that, of course, there were, you know, like there is a policy that does address racial discrimination and harassment. That policy was last revised in November of 2009, and I think that given the recent events and coverage and, you know, maybe a little disruption, not only in the school systems, but also in the community through social media and comments that are being received, not only on the local newscast sites and blog posts, but just to, you know, if I would ask that the school board pay attention to those, maybe, you know, do a little general study. We did meet with the FM League last night, and this was a topic for discussion, and there are concerns, recommendations that may include a lyceum to address racism and that sort of thing, where you have that captive audience. Granted, the offense occurred during school hours, and I do understand that people are, you know, they're at work, they're employed, but when you're employed within the public school system, you're at an elevated capacity, you're at an elevated position of authority, and that authority should be respected. I will not condone anyone breaking or infringing any guidelines or operational rules that, you know, that apply both towards staff and towards students. That's not it. But the racial slur that was interjected is something that has to be addressed, and I should think that it should go more further than just the single isolated one-on-one behind closed doors thing, that should be brought to the attention of the students in the student body. And as for staff conduct, I mean, it's just blatant. In AP 52-55, there are 2 immediate violations, both at number 8 and number 15. And when it goes to the policy to which I had referred to earlier, one of the, you know, the ladders, the escalating ladders for disciplinary action, in addition to the verbal, written, then there's a suspension with pay. And for a violation of this nature, I should think that, you know, maybe even suspension without pay would be more appropriate, even if it's at a shorter period of time, given the level of the status of the employer, the offending employee that was engaged in that behavior. And I don't know how short on time I am, but I'm very conscious of it, and I could go on, but I would ask for a written response to my suggestions, or that lyceum to be held for a public apology or some sort of explanation by that administrator or that school personnel person, to, you know, that this be addressed among the students. I think that that's appropriate.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll make sure you get